get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's going on? What's the word? How everybody doing, man? Yes, sir. We back again. Y'all know what time it is, man. I'm coming back with another one for y'all, man. Can't keep y'all waiting too long. Y'all know what time it is. Gotta bring them bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers. Y'all already know how we getting it in, man. But you know what I do first, man? We thank everybody who been liking, sharing, and subscribing. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep going up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We on the road to that 100,000, man. We trying to do it, man. Numbers moving fast. Let's keep it moving fast, man. So we setting the goal at 100,000. That's what we doing, man. We trying to get that 100,000, man, as fast as possible, man. For the content to keep getting better. I got a lot of plans for my channel. It's gonna be prison stories. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on after the prison stories, man. So I'm gonna just need y'all to keep rocking with me, keep believing in me, keep turning me up, and we're gonna be good, man. That's what we gonna do. What's the word though, man? Please tell me y'all been staying out the way this weekend. Like, y'all know the summer about to hit, man. That's when a lot of stuff be going down in every city in the country. When it gets hot outside, spring is here. We gotta stay out the way, y'all. Ain't no way in the world we trying to go sit in them jails in that summertime, man. It's hot, sweaty, stinky. We don't want to be in there, man. So we got to stay out the way. We don't have to put ourselves in these sweaty, stinky jails for the summertime, man. We got to stay out here and enjoy the summer, fellas. Let's enjoy our life, man. Let's enjoy these holidays. Let's enjoy these birthdays. Let's enjoy our family, man. Be able to do that. We got to stay out the way, y'all. That's what we got to do, man. So all I do, every time I do a video, I encourage my people, everybody that watch me, man, to stay y'all ass out the way, because that's what we doing over here in this channel, man. So stay out the way. But let's get to the story that I'm doing. Told y'all we in Lawrenceville for a second, so I gave y'all that banger that I did before, the last one I did. But this one right here is kind of I felt like I had to share this one because this is the beginning, like when I first got to Lawrenceville. Like, you know, it's not really super juicy as the last one. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but it was a crazy beginning because it was like a different experience, you know, to experience a different prison, because I was at Sussex so long. So like, for hearing the rumors for all these years about Lawrenceville, like I finally got a taste of what it was. But it went like this. Now, when I got transferred, y'all, like I told y'all, man, like that morning when they called us late night, matter of fact, when you get transferred, they call you like 4 in the morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I think I got transferred, like it was probably about May of 2009. That's when I got transferred to Lawrenceville. So when I got transferred to Lawrenceville in May 2009, it was feeling good outside. So when they called me and my the dude Dooley from Richmond, because we left the same day, me and him out my pod, we was the ones that left to go to Lawrenceville. So when we left and they called us, man, like he probably already had that experience before, but I didn't. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like when they called us, like to leave out our cell and come to property, like, you know, it's been years. And when I say years, y'all, it's been years and years since I actually felt how the night air feels. Like when we was walking down the boulevard to go to property, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it was still nice. It was feeling nice outside. It was still dark. And it just was crazy just to feel like the night air and just to see, you know what I mean, the moon outside your cell. Like it was just a different feeling, man. I was feeling good. Like I told y'all, that joke was feeling like I was going home. I was so happy that joke was feeling like I was going home. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. But you know, they got us on the bus, you know what I mean, loaded us up probably about at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We was rolling out. So we rolled out. So as we rolling out, another thing that felt good, man, that people take for granted when you locked up, man. I'm telling you, like, it was crazy. Like when we was on the bus actually going to Lawrenceville, like I was just really staring out the window the whole time. I ain't had no key for nobody, you know. It wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous, like, You know what I mean? I was just chilling, like just happy within myself, like damn, like I'm finally leaving that crazy jail, like on that crazy prison, because Sussex was good in the beginning, but it just got crazy. It was time for me to roll, man. I told you I took my time to South Beach. You know what I mean? So the whole ride there, I'm just really just thinking to myself, like what I'm gonna do, how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And the whole time just staring out the window at all these new automobiles, all these new cars that I'm seeing, you know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, you know, you see cars on commercials, TV, stuff like that, but to actually be on the road and see different cars, it was like different. So I'm just sitting in there in the window and just watching the cars like, damn, man. And see, when you locked up, that's the stuff you got to go through. Like, you don't see nothing for real. I'm telling you, man. Like, they put you, they give you that time, man. They don't be joking around, man. They try to take everything away from you, man. Like even your visual, like just stuff that you normally see if you wasn't locked up, they take that away from you. So I was just watching just watching the roads, just watching the streets, watching the cars. And it was a little amazing to me, man, to see how cars really upgraded. And that was in 2009. You know what I mean? So that was wild right there, man. You know, so what they do is when you get transferred, they actually go to Powhatan. They take you to Powhatan to the State Farm, and it's like they kind of like switch buses. It's kind of like when you're on a Greyhound. You know, you get to another city, you might got to switch bus or something like that. So we had to switch buses once we got to Powhatan, and when we got to Powhatan, it was kind of like lunchtime almost. And when we got there, they let us out. You know what I mean? We all everybody shackled up. You know what I mean? But they unshackle you a little bit. You know what I mean? For you to eat your lunch, and I think you still shackled. I forgot how it was. It was a minute ago, but I don't know. You still shackled, but I know something they let up easy on, and they want you to eat lunch. So they let us off the bus to eat lunch. So when we getting off the bus, we see the Lawrenceville bus pull up. It's like 4 or 5 dudes coming off Lawrenceville. So they see us. They like, yo, where y'all come from? We like, we coming from Sussex too. So they like, we coming from Lawrenceville. Y'all going, we going, where y'all going? Like, all right, I was like, yo, how that John is, man. You know, I didn't know how it is, but I'm just being nosy and curious. Like, what's going on up there, dude? Tell me, man, you ain't gonna like Lawrenceville, man. I'm telling you, man, it's whack. You gonna dudes gonna be hating, That's just the wackest prison I've ever been to. Like, and I'm saying in my head, like, this dude just bad because his ass about to go to Sussex too. No, you about to witness the wackest prison you ever been to. Lawrenceville isn't the wackest prison. Sussex 2 is the wackest prison because for one, that investigator up there waiting on you, and it ain't nothing like how it was on Lawrenceville. I'm telling you. So like, I'm just listening to him like, man, he welling, like he welling, bro. How can Lawrenceville be messed up? So like, I don't want to hear that. Man. Don't, you know what I mean? So they talking crazy. You know what I mean? All right, you know what I mean? We switch buses with them. Boom, we head to Lawrenceville. So now we head to Lawrenceville. We get to Lawrenceville, y'all. As we pull up, I'm just noticing like off the rip, like, you know, on Sussex, like when you pulled up the Sussex, remember I told y'all, if y'all went back to my like kind of like my beginning of Sussex story, y'all probably heard I was explaining like how it looked when we pulled up. It looked like a laboratory prison, like it just looked crazy, like something that we never seen, nobody witnessed before, not even on TV. Like it just was a different looking prison. Now when we pulled up to Lawrenceville, it was a different story because we damn near pulled up in the parking lot, and that was just a big difference in itself. So like, and off the top, I noticed that like I was saying in my head as we got close, like on the joint, almost like, yo, ain't no towers on this joint? Like every prison you see, especially on Sussex had 4 towers, like around the perimeter of the whole prison. Like in each corner there was a tower, and there'd be somebody in that tower with a rifle, and they watch their perimeter. Like they make sure, like it's a real prison. That's how real prison's supposed to be ran, as far as I know. You know what I mean? We got the Lawrenceville, y'all. Lawrenceville don't got no towers. They have no towers at all. So boom, that was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed was when we went in there, they get us off the bus. You know what I mean? I see that as black people. Like it wasn't when we got off the bus on Sussex, it was black people / white people. But you know, on Lawrenceville, you can just tell like from the people in charge, kind of like it was black people. So I saw that first. So when we getting off the bus, I'm just looking around like, damn, this junk look crazy. It's like, what's going on? Like this junk, like, you know what I mean, dudes? It just felt refreshing. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I know I'm still locked up, y'all. And the way I'm talking about this sound like I'm going to the candy land. Like it just sounds like some of the best places that I'm explaining, but I'm explaining it like this because it just felt different. Like leaving Sussex, it was a black cloud over Sussex, always cloudy. When I got there on Lawrenceville that morning, the sun was up, it was beaming, it was just a great day, and it just felt different. And I was just happy, like, damn, finally gone, y'all. So we get in there. So when we walk in there, they take us to like the little property, place. So the property place that you go to, that's the same place that I saw that you actually, when you come to, when you go home, or, you know what I mean, you get transferred, or you might have some property, but either way, it's the property station. So that's where they took us to. When we walked into the property station, they had the nurses. It was like 4 or 5 nurses stay on a little table set up. And it was probably like, I think it was after we switched buses, like it was me and bro from Richmond, Dooley, that came from Sussex too. But we switched buses. It was a few other dudes, probably like 6 more dudes from other spots that was going there. They got on our bus. So when we got there, they already had like the nurses station set up. Like when you first get to prison, when you get transferred, like they gotta do, like they gotta, you know, that all the medical stuff you gotta go through, all the little questions you gotta go through, all the little stuff about the rule book of the prison you gotta go through, just everything like that. Just a little quick little, not really quick because it takes a minute, because you might not even get to your building probably till later on that night. You know what I mean? But it takes a minute to go through classification, and that's what they call it. So what I noticed about classification was all the nurses were black. And on Sussex, it wasn't like that. Like a lot of nurses was white, few black nurses, but all these nurses were young and black. So I'm looking like, dang. So the nurse I go to, like, she was cool. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, me and her was kicking it. You know what I mean? And she asked me where I was from. She asked me where I came from. Like, outside of the questions that she's supposed to ask. So I just felt like a cool vibe from her, man. She was a nice looking lady. You know, she used to wear glasses. And through the years, I used to always mess with her a little bit. But yeah, she was cool, man. So she was like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 26." So she was like, I'm like, what? She was like, "You about to go to Gangland." I'm like, "Gangland?" I'm like, "What is Gangland?" I was like, "I just left Gangland. I can't be going to Gangland. I just left Gangland. There's no more, it's not, the gangs are on Sussex." Like, I was like, "This junk like that up here?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "It's Gangland, I'm telling you." She was like, because she was like, "The reason why you're going there is because of your age." She was like, people under 30, they put them in this certain building. And a lot of the dudes that's over 30, they was putting them on this over here. Like, she was explaining something like, that's crazy. So she was like, "Yeah, you going to Gangland." So I'm like, I don't care about Gangland. I just left Gangland. You think I'm tripping about Gangland? So boom, we go through the little medical junk. So now they put us in the little holding cell. You know what I mean? From that holding cell, we had a window, you know, in the back of the holding cell, and you can actually see the compound. So when they put us in there, now dudes are going to lunch. The Lawrenceville compound is actually going to lunch. So we in there. So I guess this is the procedure. As I got up there, I actually noticed, like, through the years, like that's usually what dudes get when dudes first get on the compound, and you go on a child at lunchtime on certain days of the month. You'll probably see some dudes in the window, and you know they just got here. So like, I guess everybody that was going to lunch knew that we just got there. So like, it was crazy, man. Everybody was in the window, and as we waiting to get out the holding cell, like I said, Lawrenceville was going to child, like the north side, actually the side that I was on. That's the only side that actually from your window that you can see is the north side, which is the side I told y'all I was on, 30, 40, and 50 buildings. So we in the window, all you see is dudes just coming to the window. I'm talking about, they push to the window, like through the gate, like, you know, it's an opening, but you got to go through the gate and like get to the building part of the child is right here, which is not far from where they at, but they going to child, they coming around going to child. Dudes is pulling up to the window like, "Yo, you blood, you crip, you GD," to what? A bunch of dudes. So I'm just looking like, you know what I mean? I ain't got when I see all that going, I just back up, because I think it was a few gang members that came with us. So they had the window like, yeah, you know what I mean? And that's how they figure out, you know what I mean? That's how they find out like who are they people that just got up there. So if you a blood, you just got up there. Dudes find out you a blood. Oh, what set you with? What do you do? And they, you know what I mean? All right, yo, get with us, such and such. So that's how dudes kind of communicate in the beginning. Like when a gang member first get up there, me and Dooley, we want no gang members, so we faded the black on that window. We was like, yo, we ain't no need to kick it with y'all. We, you know, but Dooley was like, "Yo, look, gangs." He was like, "When I was up here last time, I ain't want as much gangs." He was like, "But look, the gangs up here, it's like every prison." So he was like, "Man, it's just, you know how to maneuver." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Yeah, right up straight." So boom. Now we done sat there for a while. Now it's getting to like 6 o'clock. We done been in there a minute, y'all. Like, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to do everything. Like, it takes a minute. I'm telling you, like, ask anybody about when you first get to a compound. Classification is a different ball game. Like, it take a minute. You can be tired after all is said and done. So, boom. Mind y'all, I haven't smoked marijuana in like probably like almost a year, except that one time I told y'all I hit the junk with the dudes in my room and the investigator came. that didn't count. So I basically didn't smoke in a minute. It's been a minute, and y'all know I'm a smoker. I ain't smoking in a minute. So they come back there. They was like, look, you going, y'all, you and me and Dooley. They pointed at me, Dooley, and his other. As a matter of fact, it was three of us with sussers because it was this dude named Da Vinci. It was this dude named Da Vinci. Matter of fact, now the reason why I remember him and I'm telling y'all about this guy is because Da Vinci was from Virginia Beach. Like you could tell he was one of those dudes. I forgot what his crime was because after the years went by, dudes actually found out what his crime was, and like, you know, he was one of these dudes that ain't really supposed to be in there. Like, you know, a lot of dudes don't really supposed to be in there. I ain't really supposed to be in there, but like he really didn't supposed to be in there. And you know, he was somebody kind of like how the dude Cali was. I told y'all he had a little bread. The only thing he had on his side was like he was kind of like smart, and you know he knew the law real good. And so you know, his dudes like that in prison and kind of like be charging dudes to help them look at the case or whatever the case may be. So he had that on his side. So when he come there, he got thousands of books and, you know what I mean, he got all type of stuff when he come there with the holiday pack. Now the holiday pack is something that you order, your family can order for you once a month. I mean, every holiday, Christmas. They usually do it on Christmas, but we found out on Lawrenceville they do it on Christmas, the springtime, and the summertime, and back to Christmas. Like, so you get it like 3-4 times on Lawrenceville. On Sussex, you only get it at one time, which was on Christmas. So for some reason, we leaving in May. This dude still got all his holiday pack stuff. He still got all the hot Cheetos. He got, like, you know, because when the holiday pack got stuff they don't have on your commissary. So he still got all his exclusive stuff. So, you know what I mean? I came there with stuff, but like he still had a lot of the exclusive stuff. And like dudes noticed that, I'm telling you. So boom, they tell me, Dooley, and the dude Da Vinci, they like, look, y'all going to 40 building. And they was like, White, you going to 41. They told Dooley he's going to 43. And they told Da Vinci he's going to 42. So this is before I told y'all, when I told y'all in the last story, like 42 pod is like, it's usually the honor pod. The honor pod, like, because it's longer, bigger, more privileges. But this honor pod in 40 building actually, I mean, this 42 pod in 40 building actually was an honor pod. Now, we didn't know, y'all. Let me wind the tape for a second. Now, we didn't know that right before we came, Lawrenceville, first of all, their uniforms don't say DOC, it says GEO, and they wear like khaki brown uniforms, and it says GEO on it right here, and it says GEO on their arm. So it was like this, to see a different uniform was like crazy to us to see. Like it was like, dang, like these people really, you know what I mean? This is I heard it was privately owned, but now I'm really seeing that it's privately owned because it says GEO, don't say DOC. So off the rip, I noticed that. So now with this going on, like they kind of like don't really care about what guys are doing because it's so much going on up there. And with the gangs and all that coming up there, it was like new to them. You know what I mean? I can imagine, like I told y'all, Sussex had to get a hold of it because it took Sussex by storm 2003, 4, 5, 6 through the years. The gangs took over. Now I can imagine how, because you know, usually when you heard the stories about Lawrenceville, it was a lot of dudes that look like they know how to bid, like a lot of not super older dudes, but just dudes like kind of official dudes that knew how to bid. And it wasn't really no gang members from Lawrenceville that I was meeting that was coming up there. But I'm pretty sure the gangs was up there because gangs was taking over Virginia, and they got to come to jail. Like when it's crime, so they got to come to jail. So I'm pretty sure there was in every prison. But Lawrenceville wasn't ready for how the gangs actually came to Lawrenceville. So we had heard right before we got there, which was like 2-3 weeks ago, I think they said 2-3 weeks before we got there, they did a mass movement. And the mass movement was this. They took all the gangs basically from the other side of the yard, and from the north, they took gangs from the south side and they took gangs from the north side, and they moved them to 40 building. Everybody that was over 30 years old, a lot of the older dudes, a lot of the dudes that didn't want to be into no crazy stuff, they moved them to Southside 60 building and 70 building, 80 building. So they like just did a mass movement. Basically, long story short, all the gangs, basically, they jive put them in 40 building, the building we was going. So that takes y'all back to why the nurse told me I was about to go to Gangland. So boom, we going to the building. We walk into the building. Finally, I'm like, yes, finally. I don't care where they put me at. I just love Gangland. I don't care. I'm ready to go. I've been here too long. I'm finally at Lawrenceville. I'm happy. I'm just ready to call my peoples, let them know I'm good, and just let's, you know what I mean? Just start my bid, you know what I mean? I'm halfway through my bid, like I'm feeling good. I don't be thinking about when I'm going home around the time, because I still had a decent little time left, you know what I mean? So I'm just ready to just get it on. I probably had like 8 years when I got there, 8, 9 years left. So boom, we walk in the building, y'all. When we walk in the building, it was crazy because we walk in the building, dudes is out there everywhere in the building. Dudes is there. It just looked wild. Like I told you, they moved all the gang members into that building. So we walk in the jump. The first dude looked at the dude, Da Vinci. He said, "You going to 2. Open up 2. 2 open up." Man, I promise y'all, when they open up 2, man, that joint looked like the neighborhood on training day. Y'all remember when dude was flipping pigeons? Hey, look, it was, man, that joint that look, I ain't gonna lie. Like, for real, I wouldn't want to go in there, but I would have went in there, but I'm just like, I seen the dude Da Vinci face. He was looking super scared, like, because that joint had just looked rough. I told y'all it's the biggest part in the building, the 2 parts. And they filled it up with gangs. It was probably neutral dudes in there too, but it was majority gangs, Bloods, Crips, all anything you could think of. So I'm looking. I took a look in there. I'm like, all I seen was dudes I never seen before and gang members. I'm like, oh. So he walk in. He got the big holiday pack. He got his bags, his books, all that. I felt so bad for him. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Dude tell dude, you going in 3 part? Open up 3. Open up 3. He going there off the rip. Dooley knows somebody off the rip. Dooley going there. His homeboy in there. He good. He's straight. You know what I mean? He good. Now that was Gangland too. All the jumps was Gangland. So like, Dooley was straight. They just say, you going right here. Open up 1. 1 open up. Boom. I look in. I walk in. This gang members, you know what I mean? I see my homeboy Tel. He like, oh shit, Weezy was good. He upstairs. He like, look, what cell you going in? I'm like, bro, I'm going at 203. He was like, he said, oh, you going to the cell with P-Dom. And I guess so P-Dom, we wind the tape real quick. P-Dom is he's a blood. He was a blood. And for real, he was an official blood. I ain't even gonna lie. Like he was, like I told y'all, in the store. P-Dom is in the store. He's the guy that I told y'all that when they did the school mass movement on Sussex and they split Lil Rick and Jay-Z up. When they moved the Bloods to our pod, which was in 3D, he was the one that I told y'all that was the leader. Now, P-Dom was actually somebody that was locked up a little minute. You know what I mean? He was from New York. So he probably already was involved with the Blood gang. You know what I mean? Like he had a lot of stain in that jump because he was a little older. I knew he was older than me. You know what I mean? But he didn't look old or nothing like that. But I just knew he was older than me. But he knows me from Sussex. Like I told y'all, he used to actually like come through and I'll do little deals with him, you know what I mean? Look out for him because he told me they really couldn't send no money out. So, but they'll spend commissary. So I used to, you know what I mean, serve them like on some like we'll do a big deal off some commissary. So that's how dude know me. So long story short, he know that I move and shake. He already know I'm trying to get to the money. He know it. He know he was in 3D with me. He knows the count. I didn't even know he beat me to Lawrenceville. Like, I didn't know this. How he beat me to Lawrenceville? Maybe it was because all the dirty yards I was catching. But he beat me to Lawrenceville. So they like, yo, you going in the cell with P-Dom. So I'm like, P-Dom? It's been a few years. It's been 2-3 years since I've been around, bro. So I'm trying to remember. So he's in another cell. So I'm experiencing now dudes can go to other people's cells and they don't care. So he come out the cell from his other man's cell. And this dude so happened to be from Norfolk. He was coming out the cell with it. So he come out the cell, look. And they like, yo, you got to sell it. So he looked, he like, oh, shit. He was like, oh, shit. He come down and dap me up. Bro, yo, help me take my stuff upstairs. You know what I mean? He like, damn, right, yes. Like, he's super duper happy. Like, yes, bro, yeah. I'm happy, but deep down inside, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm not really too excited about going in the cell with a gang leader, like, because I already know what time it is. Like, I told you, I be seeing the future when it comes to prison. So, boom, I just get there. I'm just happy to be there. I'm chilling. I feel good. I see more dudes I know. Boom, I'm seeing dudes. Oh, shit, what's good? We kick it, yo. I finally get to the cell. We get to the cell. He got a Magnavox. Lawrenceville, I came up, when I told you I bought a 13-inch finally, color TV. Now, Lawrenceville had 13-inch TVs way before we had 13-inch TVs. They 13-inch TVs actually came with a remote control. And that was crazy. I was like, what? So when I come in and say he got one of the Lawrenceville 13-inch TVs, it looked a little different from ours because ours was like a see-through bubble. Theirs was great, but not as much as see-through as ours. But it came with a remote control. Like, they had junk. He got more controls. I'm like, this is crazy. So he got his junk. You know what I mean? I got a 13-inch. So he's like, yo, man, get your stuff together, man. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to be on. People say, yo, you good, though, bro. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man. Because dude was cool. He was a cool dude. So, boom. I come out, man. I go get on the phone, man. I go call my peoples. As soon as I get off the phone talking to my peoples, letting them know I was there, man, I turn around, my homeboy right there. He like, what's up? He's like, what's good? You still smoke? I'm like, damn. I was like, yo, how it is up here? Like, they be pissing. He was like, man, fuck. He was like, man, they don't be doing no pissing like that, man. He was like, you good. He was like, bro, listen, let's go in the room and blow right now. I'm like, bet, let's go. I'm like, man, I just got it. I was like, matter of fact, let me go get my photo book. So before I left Sus, it's like, it's still tobacco at this time. They about to take tobacco soon though, but it's still tobacco at this time. It's 2009. They took tobacco in 2010. So when I used to buy Black and Miles and freak them back then, like I used to freak my Black and Miles back on Susses. I'll take the little brown paper out, which we call Fezy Paper. I'll take that out, and dudes used to roll up in that, like I told y'all. So I buy a crate of blacks, and when me and Hot Rod was in the cell, we started this. So like we'll get the crate of blacks. I'll get a crate of blacks. He'll get a crate of blacks, and we might be in the cell lockdown or something, and we'll be in there, boy, just kicking it, watching Sports Center, and we'll freak the whole crate. He'll freak his crate, and I'll freak my crate. So there'll be 50 Fezy Papers just from that particular order from commissary, and we'll do this numerous of times. So my Fezy Paper game, I had a whole tobacco can full of Fezy Papers, like, and the black dust that's left over, I had a bunch of them junks, man. So it's so much smoking going on in Lawrenceville. Like I already heard about it. Dude was like, yo, dudes will buy them junks from you. Dudes will buy them Fezy Papers from you. I'm telling you, like, don't throw them junks away. Because when I was about to get transferred, I'm thinking like, damn, I got to get rid of all this shit because it comes in handy when you at Susses and you need that. But I wasn't smoking anyway, so I just had a bunch of them anyway. So I ended up like just stuffing my photo book with them junks, like all back behind paper on pictures all over the place in my photo book. I had a bunch of, and this sounded late, y'all, because this is around photo books. Photo books was almost done. You know what I mean? It was almost extinct, man, but I still had a photo book. I never pulled it out no more like that. It was a wrap. My pictures 10 years ago, like anybody looking at my pictures, but you know what I mean? I had all the Fezy Papers behind that. So I tell my homeboy, I was like, look, I got some of them Fezy Paper. I was like, you need some of them? He was like, you got some Fezy Paper? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, bring them junks. So I went and got my whole photo book. Boom, I dumped it all out. When I went to his cell, bro got the suite set up. You know what I mean? He had a suite cell. Like his cell was sweet. He had it set up. His roommate never was in the cell and called me in that junk. We was chilling. So he tried breaking it down. I'm showing him everything that's going on. He's like, yeah, bro. He's like, listen, man. He said, yo, give me some of them junks. He was like, look, but let me sell them junks for you, man. He was like, just keep you some and I'm going to sell the rest of them junks. I was like, what you want to sell them for? He was like, actually, just chill out, just relax. So me and him, Blue, we smoked. So he telling me, he like, look, bro. He was like, look, I'll turn you on. Ty was from the town, too, the dude I'm talking about that. I saw him when I first got there. And me and him was actually on Sussex 2 together, too. So he beat me to Lawrenceville. I don't know how, because he was a maniac. Everybody know Ty from Ocean View was a maniac. So, boom. He like, look. He like, yo, look. They just did a mass movement where they move all the gang members to this building. You know what I mean? All the kind of the older dudes to the other side of the yard. So he was like, bro, listen, this shit is gangland out. He was like, this shit is gangland out. And he said, for starters, you were in the cell with the leader. I was like, I know. I said, he was like, yeah, he was on Sussex with us. I was like, damn, what's up with him though? What's good with him? Like, he like, man, look. He said, the unit manager, every building has a unit manager. So this particular building I was in, the unit manager was this lady named they used to call her like Lil Wayne. She looked like Lil Wayne because she had the dreads, you know what I mean? I think she was gay. I don't know. But like they used to call her no Wayne. I'm gonna think of her name in a minute. I don't want to say the wrong name, but she was our unit manager. Everybody know who I'm talking about. Because she was the only one that looked like that as far as who was a unit manager. So they was like, look, they made her the unit manager. So when they did the mass movement, he was like, she requested for P-Dom, and it was this other dude that was in there. I didn't get a chance to meet him yet, but I seen him when I walked in, and he looked like a psycho. I didn't know he was a blood, but He looked like he was from California. He had tats all over his head. A black dude. He was older than us. He probably was at least 40 then, if not older than 40. But he had tats all over his head, you know what I mean, all over, face, head, and he was bald-headed, and he was a little taller. Like I say, he was older, so he just looked like he went from VA, like with all that stuff. I was like, damn, what the hell? Homeboy Tel was like, they just moved him and Pete along when they did that mass movement, but he was like, the lady actually gave Pete and the dude like a special job. Like they work for her. They do a lot of the special work, like clean up and do stuff like that. But he was like, their job is really when shit gets heavy in here in the building, like they will call them and they'll be responsible for diffusing anything that goes on. And when it comes to the Bloods, you know what I mean? And he was like, it's the same thing with the Crips. He was like, the Crips dude that they got like that is actually in 43 part. You know what I mean? And he was like, bro, it's just wow, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man, it's just gangland. You will see. I'm like, what? So he was like, your roommate is, he was like, you should be good though, because he was like, your roommate got the golden key. You know what I mean? He got the golden key. Like, shorty rock with him. She let him do what he want. You know what I mean? Everything is smooth. So I'm like, oh, I okay, everything good, everything good. Boom. So I go in the cell. I smoke with my man. Boom. He get me lit immediately. I'm high as hell, y'all. Like, I'm like, damn, but it just feel good being somewhere else. I'm in his cell. Police do rounds. They don't give a shit. They smell the weed. They walk by. Niggas hit the police, like, just like on Sussex. Police come do his round. I look, some young black dude. He really didn't give a damn. He come do his rounds. He look. I'm like, damn, that's Joe sweet. He look right at me. I ain't in bro cell. You know what I mean? I ain't in bro cell. I look like I'm new up here. Man, dude looked at us smoking and kept it moving. I promise y'all, that was the first thing that threw me off. I'm like, he like, yo, don't put. I was like, I hear noise. I'm like, he like, no, don't put that shit up, bro. You good? You know what I mean, he just stood at the door. Dude walked by, looked around him, seen me with the joint, and just kept it moving. I'm like, damn, shit, sweet. So now it's time to lock down. So when we locked down, I go in now. Peter come from wherever he was at. I don't know what he was doing, but he come from wherever he's at. So I see that he got a heavy influence in there. Like it was a lot of bloods in it. It was a lot of bloods in there. Even bloods from the town was in there. You know what I mean? It's probably bloods from the town that actually know this dude I'm talking about. And like I say, I ain't really smearing dude. Like he was a good dude. Like he was, you know what I mean? He was official blood. Like me and Peter was cool. We ain't really had no problems. You know what I mean? But I go in the cell. Boom. We locked down. So now he smoke. He like, you about to roll up. I'm like, fuck it, roll up. So he roll up. So we kicking it. You know what I mean? So my TV, I'm on the top bunk. So my TV, the 13-inch I got, the only thing is make it better than the 13-inch Lawrenceville got with the remote control is that our TV plays louder on surround sounds. You know what I mean? When I say surround sounds, you can plug your CD as a cord. It's like the aux cord, you know, the yellow and red cord. You can plug that in the back of your TV, then plug the main part in your CD player and put your joint on auxiliary. It'll play the music. It'll play the music loud. And when I was on Sussex, actually, when you play your music, you couldn't see no TV. Like your TV would be done, it'd just be a black screen. But when I got there, they actually had a dude that know how to rig your TV up there. You can actually watch TV with the music. I'm talking about Lawrenceville was just getting better and better as I got there. But as I'm in the cell, dude, this night, he's telling me everything. You know what I mean? He told me everything, kind of like what Ty said. Like, you know, he got the job with the unit manager. He locked in, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? He get to move how he want. You know what I mean? I already know how dude is though. Dude about that paper, like he wanna be that guy, like with that pack. Like he about power moves. I ain't even gonna lie. Like he is about making power moves at all times, and he trying to get that pack at all times. He just from New York, and that's why I was like that when we was in 3D on Sussex. Like he couldn't, like he wanted power as far as getting money, and he can have the power, but it's just he ain't got no like avenues in Virginia. So like if he gets somebody even that would bring the pack, like he would still have to go through a middleman out here just so he can get the pack, because he really don't really have nobody out here. Ain't nobody gonna go all the way to New York to holler at nobody and get no pack. So I already know bro's on that type of time. He know I'm on that type of time. But, you know, I'm just playing with the guy that just got here. I'm just trying to figure it out, see what's going on. So he like, yo, bro, so what's the plan? Like, yo, what you got going on? I'm like, bro, I've been hearing about this junk, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm just trying to figure it out, bro. I just got here. Nothing too fast. I'm just trying to see what's good. He like, bro, listen. He like, look, bro. He was like, my homies, bro. He was like, my homie in 42 pod. He was like, yo, I got two homies over there. You know what I mean? From Petersburg. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, they be getting it in, bro. They be tearing the V ring down, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah. So that's what you trying to do? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I'll introduce you. You know what I mean? And at the time, like, my homeboy, I had met a dude when I had went to 4, before I got to 2C and got transferred to Lawrenceville. I had met a dude from Newport News that was dumb cool. And he was about to go home. So me and him linked. He gave me his number. He was like, bro, listen, man, if you get to a situation, bro, get with me. You know what I mean? So of course I wasn't doing no situation when I got, after I met him, because Sussex was done. So I was just trying to get off there. So when I got to Lawrenceville, I'm like, I'm gonna definitely give him a call. Cause he was talking like, man, bro, I'll find some peoples for you, like anything. Like, it don't matter, bro. Like, let's, you know what I mean? I'm about the dollar. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, bet. So when he telling me about his peoples in 42 pod, you know what I mean? He was like, my homies over there to do this and do that. You know what I mean? He was like, look, I can introduce you to Ma. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. Let me meet, bro. Cause I'm trying to see how, you know what I mean? How he shake. Oh, then if I find out how he shake, then I can shake. You know what I mean? So boom. The next day come, y'all. I'm lit. I woke up slizzard from the night before. Like, it's been a minute since I ain't smoked. So niggas talking about breakfast. So I want to go to breakfast, but like they breakfast was different. They breakfast is actually like you got to get up. Like, it depends when they call your building. It could be 5:30 in the morning. It's still dark outside. Like, I got up and looked. He was like, "You want the breakfast, bro?" I was like, "Man, I can't." I went back to sleep, man. They breakfast too early. You know what I mean? Lawrenceville breakfast is too early. Sometimes we'll go though. It depends what they got. But through this whole time, I wake up, you know what I mean? I get myself together, you know what I mean? Now it's lunchtime. I go to lunch. I pin how the building is. The building eats together. Like, the other buildings might be coming in after we leaving or vice versa. Like, that's how it is. But our building is definitely going to be in there together. So I seen just how this gangland thing was. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So let me rewind the tape because I skipped a little part. When I didn't go to breakfast, right after breakfast, it was morning rec, like around 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was morning rec. So I seen a dude named Lynn from Portsmouth, man. Hey, me and him was on Sussex together, man. Anybody that know Big Lynn from Portsmouth, man? Like, I used to rock with Lynn. Lynn crazy, man. Everybody know Lynn crazy, but Lynn, like, I didn't know he beat me to Lawrenceville. So he's like I didn't even know he was in my pod. Like, he was ducked off the whole night. I didn't even know he was in the pod till I actually seen him that morning. So my cell, I can look out the window. Me and bro said we was in 203. So our window where our beds is at, we can look and see the yard. So I look out in the yard that morning, like, I'm just looking like, damn, this shit's super ganged out. And the reason why I said that is because I think it was the Crips or the GDs. Matter of fact, I think it was the GDs. They was outside, and it was like one particular dude, man. He just had them like in a line, and they was just working out on some militant stuff. Like, that was my first time seeing that, because if you try to do that on Sussex, that's a no-go. You going to jail, investigation. Like, they don't want no organization. If you think you in that, you can be in that, but don't you put it on blast for everybody to see. These people was actually on the basketball court, like in a line of like 5 rows of dudes with like 6 in each row, and they was working out like together, like, you know what I mean? And I could tell they was in a gang. But when I look after they worked out, I see somebody like trying to like learn how to box. Like, somebody got them and that's what a GD, they kind of like, they own that type of stuff. Like, they working out, like boxing, like all that. Like, they own that. That's excuse me. That's just how they is. So when I look out the window, I see a dude, like, you know what I mean? Somebody teaching him, like, he getting good with somebody teaching him. So I look, it's Lynn. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's Lynn. So I can't wait to come back. So I get up, get myself together. Boom. Rhett come back in the morning time. I see him. I'm like, yeah, what's up, nigga? He like, oh shit, nigga, T-Weezy was good. I'm like, what's up, right? He was here. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I was chilling last night. You got here last night. I'm like, yeah. He like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't see you. I'm like, bro, because on Sussex, he wasn't in a gang. You know what I mean? Bro wasn't in a gang. You know, bro kind of my age bracket. And I'm not saying dudes from my age bracket kind of like was joining gangs, because they was, some of them, but a lot of them wasn't. Like, you know what I mean? So I see him. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, bro, you banging now? And nigga was like, he funny as, he's like, damn right, damn, the GD's winning, bitch. I said, oh shit. I said, man, go ahead, man. He was like, damn right, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, all right, do your thing, bro. So that was the crazy experience right there. Lynn is retarded, man. Lynn, if you watching this, your ass crazy. But nah, so boom. Lunchtime about to come. We go to lunch. I pin how lunch was. I see you gangland out. A lot of dudes everywhere. Every gang you think of, they in there. You know what I mean? Not every gang, but Bloods, Crips, GDs, definitely. Bloods, Crips, GDs, definitely was in the building. So, boom. Go to lunch. We come back from lunch. So, like, through the midst of standby for child, like they be having you on standby for child, stuff like that. So I'm over in Thai cell, you know what I mean? I'm just watching, like, you know what I mean? I see how everybody gravitate to my roommate, you know what I mean? Dude was the big homie, you know what I mean? He was the big homie. I ain't gonna lie, he was the big homie. And the other dude, his name was LA, matter of fact, the dude with all the tattoos and stuff on his head. His name was LA. So they was in there, and like just seeing them like this get trolled, like, because I'll say it was Crips in my pod, but it was majority Bloods. It was like my pod was like this. It was weird. Like my pod was majority Bloods, majority Richmond. You know what I mean? A little bit of Crips. Want a lot of dudes from Norfolk. You know what I mean? But Norfolk was on the jump. So the whole time, y'all, like, I still haven't seen Hot Rod. Now, Hot Rod, rest in peace, bro. You know what I mean? Hot Rod had beat me to Lawrenceville. Hot Rod that got shipped to Lawrenceville like in March. So he done been up there kind of a couple months, you know what I mean? So I done heard when I got there that Hot Rod's in 30 building, you know what I mean? That's the building beside me. That's the building I ended up being in for years. So I'm like on the low, I'm like, I gotta get over there. So Hot Rod is over in 30 building. I forgot who else was over there. There was a few more dudes over there, but the whole plan was all us was trying to get to Lawrenceville anyway. So I'm trying to get to 30 building. Like, I'm just getting here. So I'm really not really like trying to push nothing crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just moving how I'm supposed to move, just scoping everything out and just seeing how it's supposed to go. So when we come back from lunch, me and Ty come back from lunch, I go to Ty's cell, we smoke again, we chilling, and we just kicking it. So somebody looking for me. I can see my cell from Ty's cell across on the top tier. I can see my cell across the tier. So I see somebody. My roommate isn't in there. All right, when I came back from lunch, he wasn't in there. So I know he wasn't in there. But I seen a little dude come looking at our cell. He open the door, knock, open the door. He don't see nobody. I see him looking around. So I come out of Ty's cell. I'm like, yo. He like, you Weezy? He was like, you Weezy? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yo, come here, bro. We holler at you. I'm like, what's up? I meet him. He was like, yo, Peter, I'm over in 42 pod. He said he wants you to come over there. So I'm like, 42 pod? He like, yeah, he wants you to come over there, bro. I'm like, damn, the hell. So boom. I'm like, you sure I can go over there? He like, man, you good, bro. Come on. Nigga went to the button. I went to the door, hit the button. Lady opened the door, boom. He went to the other button outside in the salad port, hit 42 button, boom. She opened that door. When we walked in there, I promise y'all, again, it looked like the neighborhood on training day. They go flipping pitches. I'm talking that y'all gangland. So boom, he like, come on. So I'm following him. We go up the steps, and then the dude, I guess his homies that I was saying that was from Petersburg, they was in the cell. Like as soon as you go up the steps, they was in the cell next to the handicap cell. So boom, we walking, going to jump, man. That man opened that door, man. I promise y'all, it was probably like 10 niggas in there. It was like 10 Bloods in there. 10. So I'm like, damn. Like, so it was like, you know, because rewind the tape, I did tell him I had to use the jack. You know what I mean? After I do talk to this man. So when I walked in, he was in there, they smoking. This one nigga got a phone on his part. The dude on this side of the room got a phone. This dude over here using the phone. It was like street phones in there. So this is my first time seeing it. So I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. So he like, yo, look. He introduced me to dude. You know what I mean? He introduced me to dude. I want to say dude's name was Mr. T. You know what I mean? And I think his roommate, I want to say Big Hurt. I think that was his name, but he introduced me to him. So he like, look, bro. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, this my celly. I mean, this is my celly right here, bro. Like, he want to holler at you and see what's good. So dude, all right, so like, step out. So we step out. And me and him just standing on the top tier by his door. So he like, yeah, what's good though, bro? I'm like, man, shit. I was like, so that visitor room, how that is. How the visitor room is, you know what I mean? He's like, man, visitor room sweet, man. You know what I mean? I was like, so like, what kind of like, what you be doing when you go over there? He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I go over there, I get a phone, I get the weed, I get this. I'm like, so I'm just hearing him say phone, this. I'm like, how do you get these things? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying in my head. So I'm like, bro, so like, you know, because I know about the cheat game. Like, you can cheat game. Cheating is different from putting something up in you. Pause. I never put nothing up in me. Now, if you cheating is something that a lot of criminals did in the past, especially in prison. Like, I mean, if you get pulled over by the police and you got a little bit of dope or you got a little bit of weed on you back in the day, you had to cheat it. You know what I mean? That kind of secures you of not the police finding it. So the cheat game is already what I'm hip to, but I never tried it. But I'm definitely not putting nothing aside me. That's dead issue. Not me. Wrong guy. So he was like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. He was like, man, I'll be boofing, bro. You know what I mean? Now, everybody that boof is not a homosexual. Like, you just got to do what you got to do, man. I told y'all, like, drugs controls everything in there. Like, that's the big currency in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have that. If you got that, you good. So some dudes do what they gotta do, and that's just how some dudes go. Like I said, would I do it? No, never ever. So he like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I go in there, man. He said, I put the phone in the middle, I put the weed on this side, weed on this. I'm like, shit, you wet. I'm like, yo, damn. So like the whole time in my head, I'm like, I can't do that. Like, but he was going over there crushing them. I'm talking about, like, I started seeing this time going on, like, when the weekend come, like, they'll all be in the child hall, man. Like, they already, like, it was like they was under my celly, you know what I mean? But they was the ones getting to work. So like when they come back from visiting room, they'll go, him and his roommate go to visiting room every weekend. When they come back from visiting room, you'll just see all them niggas sitting by them in the child hall. Dude got the pack. He got a phone that he gonna sell. He's selling the phone every play. Like, it was just, man, it was crazy just to witness. It was crazy just to witness. So like, I just like started, you know what I mean? I got a little game from him. It was cool getting a little game from him. Like, it was all right. Like, the game he was giving me was all right. It just like, I'm not boofing nothing, bro. That's dead issue, bro. Like, I ain't with that type of tie. I don't know what type of tie he was on, but he was a monster. He had to be a monster to be able to take all that. So I'm over with my homeboy Tel one day, man. I'm just like, and I'm just sitting there chilling, we kicking and smoking, you know what I mean? So he comes to the door, look, he was like, look at your shit. He was joking, he funny as hell. He like, look, bro, your shit gangland. He was like, look at your cell. So I can look at my cell, because I told you it's directly across. These dudes got the door open in my cell. Now, every time the door pop, you know, I'm a top bunk guy. I still like, really, I like to relax and chill, stay out the way, like I told y'all I do. But I'm just getting up there. So as the day is going on, I'm just going through the stages of just getting up there type of dude. So I'm really like, when the doors pop, I'll dip out. Even though he'll dip out a lot, but I'll dip out and go rock with Ty, you know what I mean? So I could be in Ty's cell. I could see my cell. So Ty like, look at your cell, bro. Shit, gangland. I look. They got the boxes outside the doors, about 2 dudes sitting here, 2 dudes sitting here. I look as dudes in my cell. They got the music banging. I'm like, damn. He's like, yo, this shit gangland, bro. He's like, look at your shit. They ain't joking the hell out of me. I'm like, I think this junk might have ran its course for a while, because I done been there for a while now, y'all. So now I'm ready to just chill and relax and stay my ass out the way. So, boom, we in the cell one night, man. Me and dude in there, we smoking and shit and we chilling, man. And like, everything was good. Like, me and him had a good rapport. Like, I done seen, like, you know what I mean? I done been in the cell with him, and like, next thing you know, we supposed to be coming out for after count. And next thing you know, they'll call his name on intercom. They're like, look, we need you to come to 42 party. He like, man, told these niggas. And they go over there. Probably like an hour, 30 minutes later, he'll come back. I be like, bro, he like, man, I just had to go over there. You know what I mean? He was like, my homie got into it with the Crip homie and da-da-da-da-da. He had to, so they brought him over there to diffuse stuff. And like, he used to, because I ain't gonna lie, he was smart. He didn't want war. He wanted money. And that's how it's supposed to be up there. That's why his man's 42 pod was getting the pack. So Ty ended up telling me that I was thinking that the dude he introduced me to hurting Mr. T. I was thinking it was blood forever. Like, cause that's the type of persona they gave me. Like, it was blood forever. Like, it was been blood. They always been blood. So I'm telling Ty, he introduced me to them. Boom, 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 boom. He like, bro, you know, he just brought them dudes home probably like 2 weeks before you got here. I'm like, what? He like, yeah. He said, bro, them dudes was just regular Petersburg dudes, bro. He said, man, they under him now. I'm like, wow. He like, man, I'm telling you, I thought they were bloods, bro. He like, no. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm starting to see what's going on. So I'm gonna let bro show his hand before I make an assumption. So at the end of the day, we in the cell one day, y'all. Long story short, we in the cell. Bro was like, man, he was like, look, bro, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, look, man, a lot of the homies rock with you, bro. A lot of the homies rock with you, man. We smoke everything, love, music playing, good vibe going on. I guess he felt like this was his time to strike. So he said, bro, look, man. He was like, man, listen, man, a lot of the homies rock with you, man. They say you cool. They say you a good dude. They say you official, you know what I mean? I asked around, you know what I mean? Dudes, I was on susses with you, so I know you official, bro. He was like, bro, like, you might as well just bump home, bro. Come on home under me, bro. He said, you ain't got to get jumped in. You ain't got to get none of that. And you going to be right under me, bro.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time. Don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.